Time I got caught stealing, me and my sister used to walk to like the park and then walk to the store. When we got to the store, it hit us like, we don't have any money. What's the next best thing? Because we want a pack of gum, but we don't have gum money. So a part of me does not want to finish the story because I'm about to tell on myself. So boom, we steal the gum. We managed to take it home and put it in our bags without our mom seeing. We're like, okay, that was easy. Like, it was stressful, but that was easy. So we do it again. And again. And again. It's thrilling. But we know this is wrong. So we slowly like died down with it a little bit. But when we picked back up again, it only got worse. We started stealing anything. Lip glosses, pimple patches, mascara, like expensive little jewelry, like everything we could fit in our pocket. One day, me and my entire family were at Walmart grocery shopping. And of course, me thinking I'm a pro stealer, I put a little gum and a little chocolate thing in my pocket. And I walked past my sister. Not my sister that I steal with, but my other sister that's like younger than me. As soon as I walk past her, the chocolate falls out my pocket. I panicked. I was like, I had no clue what to do because I know she's a snitch. I just know she's a snitch. I was like, I looked at her face, looked down, and I made a confused face. I tried to play like I was confused. I was like, what? It was so bad. It's so embarrassing. Like, I could not read her face. I was like, is she gonna tell my mom right here, right now? Is she gonna like wait and blackmail me? Like, I don't know. So I'm following her around the store, making sure she does not tell my mom nothing. She did not tell on me, so we make it home. Few weeks go by. We're in the clear. No snitching. My mom don't know a thing. All of a sudden, she comes up to me and she says, Ari, I think I'm gonna tell mommy. When I tell you my heart sank, thinking about it right now just makes me like, oh, I was scared. My mom is a very scary person. I'm like, please don't, like, I could steal you something if you want me to, like, please don't tell me. I don't have nothing else to say except like beg her. I'm literally begging her not to tell. So she's like, okay, fine, but you need to tell her yourself. Like, excuse me, what? How did she become smarter than me, like wiser than me? And of course, me being scared of my mother, I'm not gonna tell her nothing. Some days go by and she's like, okay, I'm gonna tell her myself since you didn't tell her. I'm like, please don't. She does not care. She's like, no, I really cannot live with this. Like, I don't like this feeling. I remember this like it was yesterday. The very next day, I go into the basement to go get my dog's collar from her crate. Why do I hear my mom scream my full name? My entire name. My entire government name. I'm like, I know she did not. I wanted to climb out that basement window and book it. I already knew. My heart was like, what do I do? I cannot deny the allegations. Like, why would my sister lie about that? There's nothing I could do, and my mom's upstairs waiting for me to come upstairs. Just thinking about it is making my hand shake. I'm not lying. I've never told this story before. So I calm myself down and I go upstairs. And to my surprise, my mom was waiting for me upstairs with a hanger in her hand. Before I got hit with that hanger, I took one final look at my sister standing next to my mom. I was like, I'm never gonna talk to you again. I said it all in the eyes. I was like, oh my God. So yeah, I couldn't sit down for like a day, but you know, it's fine. Me and the sister I stole with ended up having to empty our entire room of everything we stole. So like we had to lay it all on a tray in our mom's room. It was a lot, y'all. When we added it together, it was a lot. Then we ended up getting our phone took. And when we get our phone took, we get it took for a minute. So yeah, I didn't see my phone for like another 3 months, but you know. Yeah, I ran out of time and my mom's here to pick me up, but don't steal, guys.
Hey guys, get ready with me while I tell you how last year I took my best friend to Punta Cana, and the day after we got back, she blocked me on everything. Just for a quick backstory, everyone who went on the trip was me, my mom, and her. And my mom's like a single mom, so this trip was really expensive for her just because she was paying for me, my friend, and her all by herself. So basically, right when we got to Punta Cana, my friend was just on her phone literally the whole time, which like I totally get like wanting to take pictures and like make TikToks, but like it was another level. We'd want to go and leave our hotel so we can all do stuff, and she would like get mad at me and my mom because she just wanted to be on her phone in the hotel. So literally anytime we'd go out, she would beg my mom to buy her like all this expensive stuff because she has a lot of money. She has a job and stuff, but she didn't bring her wallet, I guess. And she literally asked my mom to pay for everything. Like, obviously my mom's the one taking you on this trip. Like, she is gonna pay for like the stuff you need, like food and stuff, but like when it comes to you like begging my mom to buy you a $200 watch, I don't know, I don't like that. Anyway, we end up getting in a huge fight on the trip because she was snapping this guy, and I was telling her like a story about the guy on how he's like a really bad influence on other people, and she got so mad at me. She stopped talking to me. So we do not talk the rest of the trip. It was so awkward. We get back from Punta Cana, and literally the next day I'm getting ready for school, and she's pinned, and I see the X by her name. I honestly, like, I wasn't even mad. I was just like, I felt like I ruined like my vacation by taking her, and I think that's kind of what pissed me off the most. Moral of the story, don't take weird friends on vacations because you will probably end up regretting it.
All right, I'm feeling like spilling some tea today, so let's talk about the time I got with a very famous musician after he almost got me arrested. For good reason, but like, I digress. So after failing my last semester in grad school, I decided to just head back to my hometown and, you know, wallow in self-pity and in my boyfriend's arms. I just needed someone to console me because I was just going through it. Mind you, I hadn't seen him in a long time because he was on tour. He was an assistant for a musician. You see where this is going. But, you know, instead of consoling me, he proceeds to dump me for being boring. Listen, I'm a lot of things, but boring? That's cute. That is real cute. Now, I'm not typically a spiteful person at all, but after investing like 8 years of my life into this mediocre man, you know, there's only so much I can take. Hence why when I was, you know, taking a box of my stuff from his house, I decided to also take a box of his most cherished possession, which was literally just a box of stuff that he had stolen from his boss over the years. I don't know, he was like a klepto. It was a whole thing. But one of these stolen items was a Grammy. And I may or may not have been an intentionally accomplice in this. I promise I didn't realize. Literally just opened the door for him and he was like, I'm just grabbing something for my boss, pulls it under his jacket. I didn't realize until we got into the car, and at that point I was like panicking. I was like, this is so illegal. So yeah, we had his Grammy. I decided to give the box back. It had the Grammy in it, and I was like just fully planning on ratting out my ex, giving the box back, and then just get him fired. Because how's that for being boring, bitch? Yeah, but that didn't go quite as planned. As I'm dropping off this box, just fully planning on dipping out of there, the boss actually sees me. I did not realize he was outside, and he fully just pins me for this crime. I haven't seen this guy, like this musician, in a really long time because even though my ex was his assistant, I purposely like put distance there because my brother absolutely hates this guy. He deadass gives me an ultimatum. He's like, either one, I'm gonna turn you into the police and press full charges now that I have your confession, or two, I can work for him and work off my punishment. The audacity of this man to put those as my options, because like my brother would absolutely lose his shit. Like I knew he was just doing it to spite him, but I had no other option. Like I don't look good in orange. Anyway, I took the position. After working for him for a while, I realized he may or may not have been like as horrible as I thought he was. He was so fine. Especially when the tension between literally both of us turned from like pure hatred to something that I don't think either of us wanted to admit. So if you want to hear how well that panned out for me, and make sure to read The Way I Hate Him by Megan Quinn for the rest of the story. You guys, it just came out today and it's so good. It is so bingeable. This literally got me out of my reading slump, and it's on KU. Age gap, forced proximity, rockstar romance, enemies to lovers, small town romance. So many amazing tropes in this. Literally have not been able to put this down. Go read this immediately.
One might be controversial, but get ready with me while I tell you a story time about that time I was invited to a huge celebrity's concert by a huge brand and was treated horribly. I've been wanting to spill the tea for a while, but I wasn't allowed to, and now I can. So I will. Obviously, I can't say the celebrity or the brand's name because I don't want to get in trouble, but let's just say the celebrity's name rhymes with Biz Crown and the brand's name is synonymous with pride. Loophole! This is a foundation I use, by the way. It's amazing. I don't really wear foundation a lot, but when I do, now, I wasn't invited directly by the brand to this trip, event, whatever. What happened was 5 girls were invited. One of them happened to be my friend, and one of them dropped out. And obviously, they were like, do you know any influencers that want to come? My friend called me, was like, hey, free concert. Do you want to come? Be here in an hour. And I was like, free concert. Duh. Yeah, I'll be there. The other 3 girls, by the way, were all Love Island girls. So the plan was I get there in an hour. I get my hair and makeup done over there. I get dressed over there with them, and we all leave to the concert together. So now I get to this hotel, which I'm supposed to be at, and I'm greeted by the brand's team, my friend who's an angel, and these 3 Love Island girls. I use a the Tarte Shape Shift Concealer to brighten. I know I'm late, but oh my god, it's amazing. Believe the hype, guys. But when I tell you, these Love Island girls, they did not bat an eyelid. Someone walked into the room? Who? Me? No. No one walked into the room.
I'm sorry, I was just baffled because first of all, I did not know they were Love Island girls. I have never watched the show. So to me, it was just three girls who just pretended I didn't exist, and I was just like, oh, okay. Okay. Now, I was just happy to be there and go to my first concert, so I didn't think much of anything. So I get my hair done with my friend. Everything's fine, right? Except it's not. Because now I'm being told that apparently there's not enough makeup artists for everyone to get their makeup done. Which honestly, for me, was the most embarrassing part because I'm having to run from the bathroom to the main room between every step of my makeup routine being like, can I borrow this? Can I borrow this? And it's just funny to me because it's not like I'm an extra person. There was meant to be 5 people. Somebody would be getting their makeup done anyways. And it's not like we didn't have time because I was just sitting there while you were creating content with everyone except for me. I could have just gotten my makeup done then. Now, bear in mind, at this point, I'm interacting with no one except my friend because the girls aren't interacting with me. And quite frankly, I could not tell them apart. So now everybody's ready. I've done my own makeup and we are creating content. When I say we are creating content, I mean I am just standing there while these brand managers, whatever, create content with everyone except me. I checked my phone and they had posted stories with me in it and had tagged everyone except for me. And I know they had my Instagram because I had given it to them. And it's just really annoying to me because I'm the only brown person on that trip. You could have benefited so much from portraying that and getting the brown and South Asian community in. Like, how are you gonna lose out on brown representation at a Chris Brown concert? Now, let me reiterate, I'm not necessarily saying that I was treated this way, you know, because I am brown. But also, I've been the only brown person in a room full of white people, being the only person being treated like this one too many times for me to not doubt that. Do you know what I mean? At this point, we get in the cab, you know, I just want to get this done and over with. My feet are hurting. Let's be honest, this brand does not make comfortable shoes. And oh my god, the cab scene was something else. I was sitting there while these Love Island girls were like all gassed and they were like, oh my god, Chris Brown messaged me. Yes, my love, his manager messages a lot of girls before his concerts. It's how he fills his after parties. And I'm not saying that these girls are bad because I did not interact with them enough to know whether they're good or bad. That's kind of the problem. Why was I ignored? And by the way, no tea, no shade, but my post from that night got more interactions and more engagements than any of the girls. So anyways, the night ended with me being at the concert. It was somewhat okay, but like halfway through, my feet were hurting. I ended up booking myself a cab, even though it was like 80 pounds, and I just went home. I was tired. I wanted to be home in my bed, and I dipped. And normally, this might have been something that really upset me or put me in a bad mood, but I just ended up leaving that place and that event with a massive confidence boost. Mainly because I was the only girl who, first of all, looked different in that room. But because I know that I would never treat someone like that in anywhere, wherever I go. I would never make someone feel so ignored or neglected in a room. Do you know what I mean? Anyways, this was my makeup routine. I don't like that brand. I do not associate with them. I do not promote them. But I hope you enjoyed this. Oh, and let me know if you want more because I have stories to tell.
Get ready with me to go cry because my boyfriend doesn't love me. As y'all know, my birthday's coming up, Aries baby. Ooh. And I told him I wanted to go to Bora Bora and he booked me a trip to Mexico. Like, that's nice and all, but I literally been to Mexico like 8 times. Like, can we go somewhere different? Every time we go out of town, he gives me a budget of like $10,000 and usually lets me bring at least 2 people. But this time he says I can only bring 1 person. Like, I have 2 best friends. He's also bringing his sister, and I hope she doesn't think she's gonna look better than me on my birthday. Why would you even bring your sister to our birthday trip? Like, that doesn't even make sense. Like, this birthday is all about me, and you're just spoiling everybody. Like, that's just not cool. Well, y'all, he just called me and said he's gonna give me $20,000 instead. So maybe I'm a little bit more happy, but y'all let me know if that's a good reason to be upset with him because, like, he knows how much my birthday means to me.
Hey guys, get rid of me while I'll tell you a story time. But yeah, I just had a shower, so my hair's kind of wet. Okay, so my primary school went on a trip in year 6 to PGL, and the whole time me and this boy would hold hands and we were singing songs together. a lot of people started to ship us together, and we said we're simply just friends. On the last night of the trip, we had a disco night. And the night before, in my room, we played Truth or Dare with my friends. And of course, it landed on me, and they asked me if I liked the boy, and I said yes. I don't know why, sometimes I like putting stuff out there, like really obviously. So at the disco night, my friend kept saying, you need to tell him you like him or I will. And I didn't, obviously, because I didn't have the balls, so that's what she did. And she went and told him, and I kept denying it and saying it was a joke. After a while, I realised he knew it wasn't a joke. So I went and told him that I like him, and then he said that he needs to think about it and he'll come to me back soon. He came back at the end of the disco and said that he didn't like me. And I was really upset, and it was the last night as well in the place. So that just like ruined my whole mood, and I was crying. I wouldn't tell no one why I was crying though, and I think they all knew anyways. So anyways, the trip was over, and it was really awkward with us two. And yeah. So we go back to school, and the next day it was all like spreading around the whole school, and everyone knew about it. It was so bad. And I was like so upset, like even the teachers started knowing about it, like it was that bad. It was going around everywhere. So at this point, I did not know what to do or what to say to the boy. Tell me why the girl that said to the guy that I like him, she liked him as well. And guess what? He liked her back. So I was so upset. Also, don't mind my bushy eyebrows. I literally hate them so much. And them two started dating, and I found out that they kissed in the toilets. If you don't know, kissing in the toilets in primary was a big thing. But yeah, a few years later, like now time of days, don't know how, but this guy found my socials. And keep in mind, I moved country already, so I forgot about all this, and he has the urge to text me, saying like, wow, you look so much better than primary, I'm sorry for all happened. And I was just not having it, like, he made me look like a joke. But yeah, I'm going with my mum now to pick 2 dresses at the mall, and I'm going to show you guys a haul when I get back home. And the makeup's looking on fleek today. But yeah guys, that's it from me. Thank you so much for 12k followers, and love you guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.